guys, it is Tristan with nerdettes-newsstand, and me and Bianca are back for another Bad Ideas, and now we are going to talk about your favorite anime ever, right? Ever?
Yes.
I love it. Sengoku, oh my god, Sengoku Basara.
How did you mess up?
Because I wasn't looking at it.
Oh.
Sengoku Basara is Bianca's favorite anime ever, and we're going to talk about it because I watched episode 1. But how are you today?
I'm dying.
Oh, no. You know what? I have so many questions. Like, if this is your favorite, is it because of the story, or is it because of the two front guys are just, like, super hot?
I liked it because of the action.
It was, like, from the very beginning to the very end, 100% action. Like, I don't think I've seen a lot. I've seen, not a lot, but my fair share of anime or superhero products. And I don't think I've ever seen 24 minutes packed with that much action. But I am going to say, okay, first off, I liked it, but it was extremely confusing because of the action. Is that just how it starts off, or is this something that kind of it is its whole shtick?
Well, this is... So, I'm guessing you heard the narration at the very beginning, and they explain about the eras and all that stuff. This is a historical anime, just with some fantasy and mechanical elements added to it. They said, how extreme can we go? And they said yes.
Also, is this a video game?
Yes. Originally a video game. This is based on that video game.
Okay, did the anime get you into the video game, or the video game get you into the anime?
The anime first. I watched the anime when I was like 15 years old.
And what makes you love this one so much? Because there's a lot of variety out there.
Action.
Action? Yeah,
I've never seen anything like this. This isn't like Dragon Ball Z, where the fight lasts for about 5 episodes, and the next we're going on to like the ending. No, it's one fight, story continues. You're gonna get another fight, story continues. Maybe for like a couple of episodes, you're gonna have some seeing lords in their individual places talking about strategy or whatever. I actually didn't find the helmet guy good looking until the last scene of that episode. I was like, yo, what's this guy with this helmet hair? And then you see him without the helmet, and I'm like, oh my god, they did your hair dirty.
I can't say I've ever seen anything like it either. And I don't know, and maybe I'm the opposite when it comes to that, because I like a little bit more storytelling, but I don't know that helped it, in my opinion. Like,
story is mid.
That's fair. But there was one point when they were fighting, and they were just like standing there holding their knives or whatever at each other, and it just like the sun went down. I'm like, are they standing there the whole time?
They're very tired, so they're trying to get like a leverage by pulling. And they actually do that a lot in the video game too.
So have you played the game? Because I do remember when you used to use is his name Yukimura?
Yukimura.
When you used to use his picture as your icon, didn't you say there was a new game coming out?
Shoot, when was that? Maybe, but they're not going to release it into America anymore.
What? Why?
They stopped releasing to America because I'm pretty sure we don't make that much sales off of it, because nobody cares about this franchise in America. This is only popular in Japan. I finally did get their game, but it was their last game that was for the US. This is made by Capcom, by the way. These are Capcom characters.
That is crazy to me, because Capcom is such a huge franchise. They're bringing out Street Fighter like next year. You would think that they would put money and effort into these characters also.
You would think. Like, their manga they have so much manga. You can't find any of them in the US. You can't even find the pirated versions.
Well, that's really weird, because if you've got IPs that are selling in at least one country, you would think, maybe push it to another. I don't know, especially
it just
video
doesn't
games.
do well here, and it's something I've learned to accept like a long time ago. Like, their fandom is so small that I'm like, I was in a Discord. I'm not even active on the Discord anymore, but that's where I finally found people who were like interested in that actual show. And it's people from like all over the world, and they can't find anybody who knows this anime. You're actually the first person who actually looked at this recommendation.
I mean, it wasn't bad. I will say that. I did like it. It was like it kept my attention the entire time, and I think that's part of the purpose. But I was also, so it seems like is his name Dante? Or Date? I don't know. Helmet hair.
In the video game, he is actually played by Ruben Langdon, who plays Dante from Devil May Cry. In this anime, something happened and they couldn't get him to reprise his role, so they got Robert McCollum, who sounds pretty similar to Ruben Langdon. And I'm like, oh wow, it does sound pretty similar. It doesn't have that oomph though, but this got me into Robert McCollum's voice acting. His name is Masamune Date. It's spelled as date, but you put Date.
Okay, and is what I was trying to figure out is like the power structure. So it seems like Date and Yukimura are kind of the undergraduates of these bigger leaders.
So this one, I believe there are 21 in this version. So they won't tell you, by the way. So I'm going to actually tell you a little bit of the history. For Masamune, dude had a really weird life. He got like smallpox as a kid. That retainer guy that you always see next to him and all that stuff, he was a childhood friend. So like nobody knows what happened. Like, nobody knows if he helped him take out the eye or how he took out the eye. So he had an eye patch for like his entire life. What's it called? I think he banished his mother, killed his older brother so he can rule. He also had another mother, I believe. I don't remember what happened to her, if he killed her or not, or poisoned her or something like that.
Jeez, Pete.
Yeah, and so he did all of that. 21 finally starting. And like, so he's his own ruler. So he's trying to raise up the ranks and unite Japan. For Yukimura, he's actually he is himself a retainer, going under a like mentorship in a way. Like, you see the guy who wears like tiger print but has like a lion mane hat, Shingen Takeda. That's his lord that he works under, and the lord is trying to get him ready so when he passes away, he can take over.
Okay, so that does make more sense now. I was wondering, because they do kind of explain the different areas in the beginning, but I was like, this is a weird power structure. Also, I have to ask, when they were fighting, that person broke them up, right?
Yeah, Sasuke.
And then he said some really weird stuff, and it could be just translation. But I felt like he was about to propose.
No! So, no matter what you watch, whether the English or the Japanese, there's going to be like certain innuendos in there, and that's on purpose. This is really popular with fangirls. Red, blue, tiger, and dragon. Fangirls are all over that pairing.
Aha, okay. So that does make sense, because I was like, whoa, what just happened? Like, oh my goodness. Like, don't get me wrong, I figured it was something like that, but I was like, well, we've talked about queer coding before. Maybe we need to have that conversation again.
Like, it's really famous in this series. The Japanese, the English, the manga, and and when they do like official art, that doesn't help either.
Oh no. They lean into it then, I guess.
Yeah, but like in the video games, there was a girl who was like a new character. Shingen Takeda, the guy in the animal print, like killed her husband, I believe on their wedding day. And this caused her to hate all men. I have no idea how that thought process goes when you're about to marry your husband and you're doing this for revenge, but then you start to hate all men for it. And then like Yukimura, Masamune, and her were like all together. And since Yukimura is part of the whole Shingen Takeda clan, the girl and him start arguing. Masamune pops up. He's like, "Oh, hey, is this like, are you guys a couple? You guys gonna be together?" And all that stuff. And they're like, "Disgusting." He's like, "Hey, what? I'm just playing around." And I'm like, I don't know if he ships them or not, or if that's just him joking around. But like, they're straight. But they just do this very heavily, even in the video games too.
Oh my god. I wondered because I was like, wow. There is a girl. You're not talking about the blonde girl.
No, she.
I was
so glad I didn't recommend you episode 2. Episode 2 is something you watch. This is not a series for teenagers. Just because of her. So like it's yeah. So no, it's not the blonde-haired chick. The blonde-haired chick is with the other guy. Mm-hmm. Which I actually, now that I think about it, I was in that Discord, and apparently the creator said that they're ambiguous. And I'm like, what do you mean?
Wait.
What do you mean they're ambiguous? I mean, yeah, he has like very girlish eyes. But like, he's a guy.
Who's ambiguous?
The ruler she works for.
The guy with like the kind of white on his head.
Yeah. Lord Kenshin.
That was clearly a dude.
Oh, no, the creators themselves apparently said like they haven't chosen a gender for him yet.
Ah, okay.
And I'm like, I didn't even know this was a thing. This is the first time I've heard about it, and everybody has referred to him as a guy. And I'm like, how well known is this fact?
And do they use his, like he/him pronouns in the show then?
Now that I think about it, in the Japanese and the English, when his ninja, the female Kasuga, whenever she refers to him, like whenever she's talking about him, she just says "my lord." She doesn't say he or her or they. She just refers to him as like that. Also, I'm very interested in how you think about Kasuga.
Wait.
Her outfit is very interesting.
The girl?
The girl in all black, yeah.
Okay. I like her design, but I'm curious what their relationship is, because is that like a devotee? Is she like devoted to him? Does she, because she's kind of got the sock thing going on. I'm not gonna lie. It's cute. But
her story's very interesting.
What is she? Am I wrong? Like,
so they have a thing, but we don't know how far it goes. In the actual story, the guy ninja you saw, they used to work together. And she was tasked to kill Kenshin. And before she could deliver the final blow, he knew that he was going to be killed. He just turned around and started complimenting her and flirting with her. And she's like, what the heck is going on? And then that's when she decided to quit her ninja clan and stay with him. In episode 2, that's where you see like their relationship kind of. When he compliments her, she gets overly excited, and she goes into this thing that's like a meme where it's like she can't like take it, and so she holds herself and then moans.
No.
And the background is like all pink and glittery and all that stuff. I remember when I first saw that, I was like, no, what is this? I lowered the volume. Like, they're not the main characters, so you don't really see them often. But every time I see them together in like a scene, I'm lowering the volume because I don't know. It doesn't happen in every scene though. In the it's not a third season, but it was actually based on the video game that I finally got. where she kind of like did that. And but people can kind of see the glitter and stuff. I'm like, oh wait, you guys can see that? That's kind of funny, not gonna lie. They were both in a really interesting pose. And I'm like, wait, oh my gosh. There was a spin-off where everybody is like in high school, but like the kids who are like who would be middle school age are also in that school. So I don't know if this was like in all ages high school except college. And it was kind of weird because he was the teacher and she was the student. And I'm like, hold up. I mean, but why? They're obviously an age difference between them, but the people who are 21 are in high school. She should not be a student. I mean, a majority of these characters should not be students in the first place.
We have to look at this. You know this, right?
Oh,
I gotta see it. I have to. I'm sorry. Now I'm so interested. Hopefully I found a good one. A lot of the ones I found were like playthroughs of the video game.
This might be a video game too. No, this is the spin-off. Oh,
this is the spin-off? Is that okay?
Spin-off. Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry, but oh my goodness, that's so unrealistic.
No, like there was one guy in the I believe it was the second season. Like after she did that, he was watching and he was like, "What the heck's going on?" And he was like, "That's weird." And she's like, "I'm sorry." And he's just when he compliments me, I just feel happy and please don't make fun of me. And he's like, "No, I think it's great. You guys love each other. You guys care for each other." And I'm like, "Thanks, KG." Which he actually shows up in the 3rd or 4th episode. Find love while you can, which is literally his entire thing. He's like, listen, we got to spread the love, right? But he's not a pushover when it comes to fights.
Is that the other guy that's in the scene?
No.
Okay. Yeah, he must feel like total crap right now if she is his crush. Like, he was in the room. He saw all of that.
He does try to say, "Come on, you can join us. It's a lot of fun."
We can join what?
He would try to like have her go to his side.
Oh my gosh.
And she's like, "No."
Like, I get some anime is over the top and silly and fun and but that's a first for me. That's a first. That's hilarious. I can't believe it. Now I kind of want to watch more. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, it's the 2nd episode. You don't have to. You don't have to look that far.
Yes. Now I want, like, I think it's the weird that pulls me in. Like, I've seen a lot of different storylines on, like, there's some really good anime. There's some great anime. There's some really weird. I like the weird. I'm not gonna lie.
And is it considered weird for you?
That was weird for me. Like, she just, I got really,
I will say,
really excited.
It's really, you don't really see stuff like that nowadays in anime.
No, but like, the above and beyond is something you definitely don't see in comics at all. So I'm not against it at all, even if it is kind of ridiculous and pretty silly. Yeah, I like that though. Oh my goodness gracious, girl, you are out of control. You know what though? The action in this was really good. It gets
more intense.
The
second episode is my most watched favorite episode because of like they change animation styles like 2 or 3 times.
Really? Why?
It's the way they wanted to make it look. Like first it looked normal and they're normal on animation. Then they changed the animation to look more raw and animalistic in their face. And I'm like, yo, you guys look kind of scary, but I'm kind of hyped for this fight. What did you think of the dialogue and how they spoke?
I didn't think it was bad. I will say there, again, I like it because it was weird. I definitely saw the dynamic between Yukimura, and his teacher. Very weird that they were beating each other up. I don't.
Yeah, it's how they show affection.
A hug would do. A hug would be okay.
Nah, they're good. Unfortunately, it's not gonna happen. Well, the thing is, like, if Yukimura does something stupid, he will punch him. and be like, "You're acting stupid, stop." And then Yukimura would be like, "No!" and then fight back. But then there would be apparently some times where he would just do it for no reason. And I'm like, oh, I think you're just used to this stuff.
I mean, I get it. It's like, brothers play fighting or whatever. It's how they show affection. I get it. But like another thing that confused me was, so they have powers? Like,
yeah, in a sense.
But does everybody?
Yes.
Or do they explain how they got it or why this world has it?
No, never. You never explain it. You just live through it.
Okay.
They're gonna be having a robot guy, like guy in a whole mecha outfit, and it's never going to be explained. I'm like, yo, why we got this robot here?
So is it kind of like, not comparing it to another franchise I'm more that I know more of, like Mortal Kombat. It just kind of is. Like,
yes.
And it's the rules of their world and they live in it. But are their powers different? Are they able to like hone these powers? Are they able to control? Like, how do they work?
You say the name and then you do it.
I mean, that's pretty straightforward.
I mean, like they're never shown ever to what's it called? To ever practice what they're doing. Like whenever they show themselves practicing in the series, like for Masamune, he has a sword. He's just practicing with one sword and he's just swinging it. And that's it. He doesn't ever practice any other moves. For Yukimura, same thing. He swings his spears around. They don't practice their own moves. They just, hey, I'm going to train and get stronger. But the moves are literally just a name. They don't make you stronger. They're not more powerful or whatever. It's just how you use them, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I get it. It is weird, but
also, this is based on a video game where the video game doesn't explain it either. It's a hack and slash video game, so they just bring that out to the series.
Is it like Mortal Kombat? Like,
no, that's that Mortal Kombat. That's not a hack and slash.
No, I don't know what you mean by hack and slash.
So, we can literally just look at the gameplay. But okay, say you're one character, and as soon as you start playing the game, you have like 15,000 enemies right in front of you. You just kill all of them. That's it.
Oh, okay.
I'm guessing.
Oh, look at how pretty it is, though. Look at her.
I have not lost her yet. But I can't wait to play her.
Now she's my favorite.
This is number 4. Dang, I got number 3. She probably doesn't have that rainbow attack. She's really hard to defeat, though.
She has the prettiest powers ever.
I think in the third one, it was mostly strings and possibly ice. I don't remember. Oh, that's right. She uses that hawk to teleport.
Do they explain the change from 3 to 4?
Nope. Everything is it just happens. Everything is canon, so nothing is canon at the same time.
Okay. She like
dances too.
Yes! I fucking love her. She's so cute. She's got pole dancing literal flowers that are pink.
Which, now that I realize it, they never showed that in the series, and I feel like that's kind of a bummer.
Oh, that is a bummer. That is so cute.
When you finish the game, she in the end credits is mostly just her pole dancing.
And they never show that? Come on now. This kind of reminds me of not Heroes one. The Naruto one where you can swing through the forest. You know what I mean?
Okay, that can be kind of similar to this.
I've got a couple anime games, but I don't know. They're okay. But she's so cute.
For anime games, it's literally just you're just playing through what happens in the actual anime.
The weird thing about anime games that I don't understand, they never reduce in price. Barely ever.
Not unless you go to GameStop. Maybe.
My town doesn't have a GameStop anymore. Like on the Play Store
online.
That's true. But like I'm just shocked to see older games like still $60. And I don't know if
Yeah.
it's because people are willing to spend that, which is fine, but like if a game's like 5 years old and like it's usually reduced to like $20. Not anime. Like they're all still super expensive.
That's why I got mine from an app called Mercari, and I paid like $10 for this, I think.
Ah, that makes sense. See, I'm
It
always
was
one of those.
used, so I'm like, I'll take it as long as it can play.
I always like getting stuff digital because I always end up like accidentally scratching the disc or something, and then I'm shit out of luck.
Isn't all digital also full price?
I know, and it sucks. But can you even get this game? Because is it? You said it's more.
It's still like this third installment, which is super old. I think it came out like, I don't know if it's 2006 or 2008 or something. Like it still exists in stores, pre-owned.
Oh, okay. And you can't get the new one, like you said.
No, it's not available in the U.S.
Can you order it from overseas, or will it not ship?
Yes, you would just.
Okay.
It would be in Japanese writing, so you would rather have to download. There's this thing you can download to like translate it for you, but I think you would actually have to digitally get it and digitally have the edited version. Whether that or you just have to learn Japanese because it's not going to be. No, there's not going to be English subtitles. First, they started with English subtitles, and then they just stopped. Like, they didn't dub anything. I believe it was happening with their Dynasty Warriors and their Samurai Warriors series, which they're not even Capcom, but like it just started happening to all of them. Where first they stopped having English dub voice actors because it was too expensive, so they just switched to English subtitles. Except, Samurai Warriors and Dynasty Warriors, they're still considered popular in the US at least, so they're still back to English voice actors, but they fired everybody and got new voice actors and didn't give them any direction, so it sucks.
Oh my gosh.
They got a lot of flack for that, and I'm like, one of them had to come out and be like, yeah, no, they did not give us any direction. I'm very sorry. And I'm like, listen, you guys tried your best. And
go ahead. Are you there?
I took a sip of water.
Oh,
you said go ahead. So
no. I noticed when I was looking it up that Jamie Marchi joins eventually. Like, is she a big part of it? Like, how long does this series go?
Right now we have 2 seasons, 1 season based on the 3rd video game series. The spin-off series where they're in high school came out like a couple years ago. 1 movie. I'm pretty sure that's it.
That's a lot. I mean, how long is the season?
This series?
Yeah.
The first season. The first season's like 24 episodes. The second season's was it also 24? Shoot, it's been a long time. I'm a fake fan.
Oh, how dare you? Now, I mean, it's definitely like intrigued me. I will say that. Another thing I meant to ask you about, and I know we talked about this. You had it in your Pride characters and something else, but everybody, ever since you brought up Bunny and Rabbit,
Tiger and Bunny.
Tiger and Bunny. I knew it was 2 animals. Has been talking about. Is that one also really good? Like
that one is fantastic.
People, like, better than this or just different than this?
Oh, this is different. Like, this is Japanese medieval historical stuff, but like over the top on purpose.
Right.
Tiger and Bunny is like modern era.
Okay.
That one, they do have powers. It is explained on how you get them. I believe, and I don't remember if it was the second season or this. No, it was like a spin-off. I think they had a spin-off. I think it was Raymond who was telling me this. They included a spin-off where apparently you, instead of being born with these powers, like you can be like injected now or something like that. And I'm like, that's kind of weird. And he's like, yeah, I'm not going to enjoy that.
See, I wondered because that was one that I had heard a lot of hype around too, but maybe it's my personal style, or
It
something
is.
like.
It is your personal style. This series is not everybody's personal style. But again, you're the only one that actually checked it out. So that makes me happy. I've been trying to get
Score.
people to watch it for years.
No, and I'm not a
Just
big
can even tell
medieval
me they don't
person.
like it, man. I'm willing to hear that just in case somebody actually looks at my recommendation.
Even if you don't like it, at least they checked it out. Now, there's nothing wrong with it at all. It's just, first off, I'm not a big medieval person.
Oh yeah, I definitely know that. You're more like a death parade kind of person.
Yeah, and it's just,
You like story and stuff.
yes. Yeah, like I like action when it is fitting. Like, my biggest thing is I want the best story possible. And this one felt like not only did it not explain all of it, and I'm only one episode in, I can't judge the entire product by one episode, but like they started really well. It started out telling the story, and then the rest was just pure fucking action. And I'm like, hey guys, you wanna come back to that story? You wanna tell me anything about anything? Like,
Nah, it won't be any more of that until this next episode.
well, it's weird to me. I don't know if it's like my OCD brain, but I like to be able to explain things. Like, that's one thing that drives me crazy about DC with their continuity. I want to know, and I want to be able to explain how this happened or why this happened. And that's why I'm asking all the questions, like how they got their powers, because I'm like, what? Do they even explain why they have different powers?
Never. You're just
That's so weird to me.
Not in the world of anime. It's completely normal. Even Dragon Ball Z has explanation for these powers, but these ones, no, you just do it. It just exists.
I've never seen
Masamune
Dragon
is
Ball Z
lightning,
either.
Gamura is fire, Shingen Takeda is also fire, Masamune's retainer is also lightning. Who else?
Every time you say retainer, I think of like what you wear after you get braces.
I don't know what else to call it. The right-hand man.
Retainer is the right word. That's just where my mind goes.
He's also the right-hand man. He's the one who makes sure he's not going overboard.
He's his Geppetto or whatever.
Yes.
I like it. I really do.
Why are you lying? Why are you sugarcoating?
I'm not sugarcoating it. It's just a lot of action. It is like, I just want more story. And I feel like if I go further, I just want to see that girl get excited. I don't know why, but my brain goes there.
It's like 11 minutes.
Yes, I may be watching the second episode. I'm not gonna lie.
You're not even gonna ask how I know it's at 11 minutes.
Wait, I thought you looked it up. Well, how do you know?
Oh, because I always made an effort to skip it, especially if I'm watching it in the living room.
Oh my gosh! Did you ever have one of those awkward moments where you were like, your dad walked in or something?
My mom walks in all the time.
Your mom? Oh my
and
gosh.
The siblings too. I'm like, every time they come out, I'm like, oh, this is not a good sign. Something bad's gonna happen. And then it happens. And I'm like, you mother crapper. Why can't you just be normal for once?
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. I hate that. Did you watch the series with anyone else, or was this what? Because I know you watch a lot with your family. Was this one you were like, yeah, I gotta do this alone?
This was when I started watching at 15, I was watching it all by myself. The only thing my brother and I was watching together was probably like Naruto Shippuden.
Oh,
this was
it's old.
13.
I didn't realize it.
Yeah, 13 was when in 8th grade, middle school, that's when I started learning about anime. So like 14, 15 is when I started delving into more types.
So this was one of your first.
Like, okay. No.
Was this one? No? Okay.
Saw a lot more, but I was just scrolling through and they were like, hey, medieval Japan, 1800s, but like crazy. And I'm like, okay. And so I'm like, I love it. First episode in, I'm like, I love it. I'm like, I want more action. I want more of these fights.
I'm trying to think of the anime the ones that I've seen really. I think I noticed like my preference, especially with what I talk about, like I would say Death Note and Tokyo Ghoul and some of those and I don't have near as much experience, but I go for story driven. I don't think I necessarily
Parade.
need. I don't need the action. I do, but like the action to me always comes secondary to what's like. I want good dialogue. I want this. I want something that keeps me on the edge of my seat. This, I'm just like, holy shit.
That's right. When I meant dialogue, I meant the way they speak. Did the way they speak stood out to you in any way?
I did notice a little bit in the beginning that I don't know if it was the dub that was off or something, but I only noticed it a little bit. But other than that, no, not really. Why?
So, this is medieval Japan. In the Japanese version, the Japanese sounds kind of like they're trying to use the older way of speaking, and like very formal and everything. In the English dub, they're trying to do that as well from the way they're speaking. Like, my lord, I concur.
Oh, that. Yes, I did notice that. But I'm so used to stuff like, I don't know, Morpheus talks like that a little bit. So, like, that didn't even faze me. But yeah, you're right. I did notice that a little bit.
And,
but
I think it was the director, and I believe the script writer was John Swayze, which I saw at the Comic-Con today, and I chickened out the second time doing that.
No.
He also plays the big bad in this series as well. So like, I love the way he made them speak like in an older way with the dialogue. It's honestly one of my favorites.
Wait, is the person's name really the big bad?
No, Oda Nobunaga, the Devil King of Heaven, who uses the power of darkness.
But you won't ever know why he got the power of darkness. Somebody else.
They just have it. It's kind of like their soul, I guess.
Oh. That's why she's got it pink, because she's a cute girl. I gotcha. Now it makes total sense.
Ouch.
Wait, why did you chicken out?
Oh, like, I remember when I saw Big Mignon in like 2019. Like, I had like huge anxiety, so I was like sweating really bad. And like, it's I look up to John Swayze as a voice acting director, you know?
I get it.
So it's like, oh my gosh. I remember last time I had like actual questions. This time I didn't even expect him here. Like, you look up on the website to see who's coming there. I didn't even see his name. And so I'm like, what? I didn't even see your name. And so I didn't have any questions that time. Plus, I think he was cleaning up too.
Oh, okay. Still, that would be kind of cool. That would be really cool. I get it. I'm the same exact way, but still, it would be neat to be able to. You actually met Vic, didn't you? I know.
Yeah.
You and your brother?
Yeah. I still got the pictures.
That's freaking awesome. I seen his appeal just came back denied or something.
Yeah. Apparently Funimation has an anti-slap.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, they're not going to do investigation anyway, so it's just kind of like for nothing, I guess.
Yeah, they were trying to use the anti-slap laws with Johnny Depp too, and they allowed it, but it still worked. Oh. I don't know much about it. I just knew. I know. I was like, when I knew when I had to do a video, I had to look up what it meant and look into the laws behind it, and I'm like, okay, I know 3 things more than I knew before. Okay, sounds good.
Vic Mignogna is also in this anime. He plays a villain.
Does he really?
Yeah, I watched the series way before I knew who he was as a voice actor. And you know, you look up credentials once you find like a person really interesting with their voice. And so I'm like, you're in the series? I'm like, who do you play? I'm like, you play that crazy guy? I'm like, no way. And for this one he uses like his voice is like, it's not high. But it's a little, it's a higher pitch, but it sounds like an actual villain. I didn't even recognize it at all.
When I looked it up, I was just seeing if I recognized names, and I was like, I know Jamie Marchi from all of that situation, so I know she's in it. And I seen there was like, that was another thing I don't get. When I went to go look this up, there was a bunch of clans, but they only explained like 3. But there was like 10 when I looked it up. I'm like,
yeah, you don't need to know the other clans. If you want to know the other clans, you go look at Wikipedia.
I wondered because they didn't even mention them, and I'm like, are they important?
They
Do
get introduced
matter?
as the story goes on.
Ah, okay.
But you're not going to see the story going on. You're probably just going to see episode 2, and that's it.
Oh, I'm definitely going to see episode 2. Like, just for the weirdness alone, it's worth it to me.
Definitely.
I like it. I don't know. You guys should check it out. Sengoku Basara. Yes, I said it right the first time. I was looking at the word, so I had to say it.
There was something that in there, like the first thing you see, but you didn't. That wasn't anything you commented on. So I'm like, what's the deal?
Wait, what?
When it first opens up, you see people and horses, and they're like chanting and all that stuff. And then the camera, quote unquote, camera pans in, and you see the main guy in the front. Did you notice anything about his horse?
No, I just noticed he was like, let's go have some fun.
Oh my gosh. You didn't notice the horse?
No, I'm so bad with that. What did I miss?
The horse has handlebars and an exhaust engine.
What?
They're supposed to be like a biker gang.
Oh my gosh. How did I miss that?
You can just look it up on Google.
Another thing I did notice though, and I don't know if this is an anime thing or what, but the intro was so long.
Nope, every single intro is 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Maybe that's just me. Maybe it's because I can skip the intros like on streaming, but holy shit.
Yeah, for this one, you would actually have to skip. I love, oh shoot, no, don't go skip from my brain. Brigatin, whatever, boys. It switches to TM Revolution, but there's a guy from that band. This is like his second band, but he also does music himself as TM Revolution. He does the songs for literally everything. The animes, the movies, the video games, all that stuff.
That's kind of awesome though. That would be like an ideal job. You get to be a famous musician and make all those intros, but it's like one song and then you get royalties forever.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
I know people who buy all of the CDs. All of the lives.
All of the what? Lives?
Yeah, live concerts.
Oh. Still my favorite music for an intro is still
Tokyo Ghoul.
Yeah. 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 I mean, I like Death Note too, because I always like I like the contrasting how they use the blue and the red and they kind of make it, but like
this one also has blue and the red.
I know. Is that like a normal thing?
Yes.
Why?
They love using blue and red to the point it's a meme. They just love using those colors. Because the colors apparently have meaning as rivals. Yes. Fire and ice. Tiger and dragon.
Wait, I thought it was tiger and bunny.
No. Like, especially for like in the Sengoku Basara series, Yukimura is known as the Tiger Cub because their clan is like tigers and red and all that stuff. Masamune is like the dragon. So like whenever there's like a red and a blue, it's always a tiger and a dragon.
Is that why you said one-eyed dragon?
Yes. So for their clan, they actually have like dragons and stuff on their crap. In his eye patch, you would have to look at it clearly, but there's a dragon on his eye patch, and then in his back, with his clothes, the blue clothes, it's a dragon, but like in a circle, like a Ouroboros kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then is it all his moves? I don't remember, but I think maybe at least one of his moves has the word dragon in it, and you'll actually see the dragon.
Oh, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. I like that. I figured that's what he meant, but I was like,
that's also his nickname, by the way.
Dragon?
The one-eyed dragon of Oshu.
Okay. That's not a nickname. Nicknames are supposed to be shorter.
Too bad.
I like it. It's weird. Okay, I just looked it up on Pinterest. Probably, unless you want to see some shipping, probably don't do that.
Why would you look it up on Pinterest of all things?
Because Pinterest has some really cool fan art sometimes, but yeah, then you get just some
Listen, like,
insanity.
every time you look this crap up, there will be like shipping material, and that's sometimes mostly all what you see. These characters, almost every single one of them have a rival with innuendos. Like I remember like somebody in the Discord saying like the dialogue is gay and I love it. And I'm like, listen, you're just saying that. You guys are crazy, you fujoshis. And I'm like, I'm looking at the dialogue, I'm hearing the dialogue, because I watched this in Japanese and English like a billion times, and I'm like, no, it was me. I just didn't want to see it.
Yeah, no. The dialogue in one episode is already super gay. But I kind of figured it was like translation, but no.
No, it's like that in the Japanese too. The Japanese, I think, is actually a little bit worse.
Oh my gosh. I just thought because they had that whole issue a while back with Madara. What was it? Madara? I can't remember his name now. Purple
Naruto?
Balls.
Oh, Mineta.
When everyone thought he was like confessing his love, and it was just like,
no, that's just like that's like Japanese nuance. For this one, it's the actual dialogue is, but like it can be like that as well. The nuance, like it was episode 3. Episode 3, when the guy who tells people to love or whatever, he visits the one-eyed dragon at his place, and he's like, hey, want to convert you guys to start loving, the dragon guy was like, no, get out of here, or don't take me off, I'm gonna fight you. If you want to talk, we can talk. And he's like, oh yeah, sure, let's visit the red light district. And I'm like, what?
Oh my goodness. Like, isn't one-eyed dragon already an innuendo?
Is it? I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that's like I'm totally looking it up.
Probably.
Male productive organ. Yep. Slay the one-eyed dragon, jacking off. Yes.
Dang, well, they didn't know this in the 1800s. Probably, I don't know.
Oh, that was totally done.
This is just historically his name.
That was totally done on oh my god. That's so funny. I knew it. Isn't that crazy? One-eyed is a man with a hairy penis. What the fuck? Okay, not looking up this stuff anymore.
That's what that means?
I guess.
That's weird.
Like, I knew I had heard that before, but until you kept saying, I'm like, wait, I'm pretty sure these are all innuendos. Like, this whole...
I'm pretty sure that one was not on purpose.
Well, it might not have been, but it goes well with the rest of the dialogue. Like, even if they didn't mean it, it fits. That's too freaking funny. I like it, though. I am going to go check out episode 2. But, yes, make sure you guys...
Episode 2, some fun crazy...
Yes, I'm still.
That's where you're gonna see the big bad.
Ooh, wait, and that's
Oda
Vic,
Nobunaga.
Right? That's Vic, right?
No, he is not the sidekick. He's one of the lackeys, I guess I should say.
Gotcha. Okay, all right, that makes more sense. I think you guys should check it out. At least give it one episode. Trust me, you'll have as many questions that I had about the one-eyed dragon. I promise.
I don't have this show as my wallpaper.
There's some beautiful pictures. Like it amazes me when I look up fan art because you get the queer stuff and all of that and the kissing and da-da-da-da. But you get some extremely talented people that should be professional artists that are better than some of the professional artists that are in comics now.
Sometimes you see that in the manga as well. Like there's things called doujinshis, which is literally like fan fiction version of like the existing manga or anime. Mm-hmm. And it would be like whether one person or a person and their friends or something like that. And I look at this and I'm like, yo, why does this art look better than the manga?
It's insane. They sell it. It's beautiful. Like some of the oh god, I can't even think of his real name now. But it was beautiful. I wish I was that talented. Damn. Freaking awesome. But yes, is there anything we missed before we go?
I love this show so much.
Check out one episode. I promise. It is
We should
worth
probably
it.
say where it's located.
Crunchyroll and Funimation, right?
What'd you say? Say that one more time.
Crunchyroll?
Yeah, Crunchyroll, Funimation. If you have Apple TV, apparently. What else did I say?
I think it was just those three. It's worth it, though. It's definitely worth it. I don't like a lot of shows, and I'm telling you, it's worth it. It's fun. At the bare minimum, it's fun.
Yeah, that's it. If you like Dragon Ball, this is like up your speed. But, you know, it won't last 5 episodes, you know, for one fight.
Wait, really?
Yes.
For one fight?
It can be up to 5 episodes for one fight, usually.
That sounds terrible. That sounds just terrible. I don't know that I would.
We had to wait every freaking week for that.
So it'd be like 5 weeks. Oh my gosh. No. That sounds awful. I like this was enough action. Stretching the action through 5 episodes is a little redundant, guys. Come on now. I guess some people like that though. Obviously that show's super popular.
In Japan.
And everywhere. I see people talking about it all the time, but
yeah.
All right, guys, make sure you subscribe to Bianca. Check out her channel. Check out, oh my God, I don't have it right up. Check out Sengoku Basara. 2 in a row. We will see you guys next time.
Okay, yeah, there we go.
We will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.